If you're watching this video, please don't make this mistake that I made that ruined me of an amazing opportunity that came knocking at my door. It's always pertinent to learn from people's mistakes because you're not going to live long enough to make them all. Life is a learning process, and I believe that we all learn every day. In our quest for a greater height, we should never neglect some things that are very paramount to our success story. Now, if you're smart enough, you're going to pay close attention to this video and listen to this video to the end because you definitely need to learn from my mistake. Okay, welcome back. It's a privilege to have you all on my channel, and this is b.b.hairyfros, and you're on to Enquires the Blessing. So if you're a new subscriber or you probably are just seeing my face for the first time, this is b.b.hairyfros channel where we talk about skin, natural hair, beauty, vlogs, lifestyle, and other related content. Okay, so if you're new yet, please don't leave without subscribing. Please smash the subscribe button. Okay, subscribe to our channel and join our clan. Okay, if you're a returning subscriber, you know you are my real G. I love you all plenty. You all are amazing. You all are, oh god, you all are. In fact, I'm so thrilled to have you all here on my channel. Thank you for always engaging on my posts. Thank you for your compliment. Thank you for always coming, showing up here on this channel. Like, I am so honored to have you all here. Okay, so that without wasting much of our time, let's just dive into the video of today. Okay guys, as you all know, I love sharing my life experience. I love sharing my life lesson. I love sharing my life mistakes so that every one of you can at least learn from it. And like I said earlier on, it's only the wise that learn from people's mistake and they try to make amendments and not to make that kind of mistake. You don't really need to make the mistake before you learn. At times you learn from people's mistake. Okay, just like the title states, so painful I lost it. So painful I lost it. Only if I knew. All right guys, so just pay attention and listen to what I have to tell you today. Just make sure you listen attentively and pay close attention to whatever I have to say. Okay, you all know that I am a core member serving here in Lagos State, a co-copper in the building. Okay, so right now, I don't know if you have been following my previous posts, you come to understand that I am a copper, and there was a time I talked about PPA. We all know what PPA means, place of primary assignment. So I talked about my challenge of the place, the virtual place I was actually posted to, which is kind of very far from my environs, and along the line I was in search, like in my quest for a PPA that is kind of closer to my environs. I came in contact with a company, a firm, and yeah, it's a very good one. It's more of an international investment, and they do all this production and manufacturing of goods and all that, and it's an international company that invests both in international and in the local and national level as well. So in my quest for a job that is a PPA, yeah, I have to submit to my CV, and in fact the opportunity, let me just say that the work was already at my doorstep. You get a point? Like, it was already at my doorstep. Like, they were actually ready to give me the job, like to come and work there. In the interview, it was not really more of an interview because they don't interview coppers. I don't know if you understand me. That if you check your call-up letter, you notice that they don't interview copper. Like, it's not in the rules. Now, one of NYC rules is you don't interview coppers. Okay, so it wasn't even more of an interview. It's just like a question, like trying to get to know me and trying to give me the job description and all I'm gonna be doing for my PPA, right? Along the conversation and everything. In fact, the job was already at my hands. Like, the job was already at my doorstep. Like, I've already gotten the job, but along the line, when they asked some few questions, they asked if I have a driving license and if I can drive, and I told them no. So that was actually what spoiled it entirely. That was actually what spoiled it. It was a very good job, it was a very good offer, and it's a good start for someone like me. Like, I don't know if you understand what I mean. So now I decided to come and share this to you all because a lot of us, in our quest for greater heights, there are some certain things we neglect. Now, this driving skill is something that has been part of my plans. That was last year, but I never for once made a move. I never for once made a step towards it. Now, the reason I brought this to our table is there are a lot of things that we neglect. Now, there are some skills that you want to venture into. There are some skills you need to learn. If you don't have that skill, it will deprive you of some certain thing, of some good opportunity that will come your way. I don't know if anyone understands what I'm trying to say. So this was how the lack of a driving license and lack of having the skill of driving, that was how it ruined me of such a great opportunity that could I really don't know how. See, it was a good offer, like a good offer at that. It's a step for me to a greater height. And so when I came back home, I really pondered on it, and I was like, really? So is it because I couldn't drive, or is it because I don't have a driving license? I lack the skill of this driving skill. Doesn't really mean that I can't get this job again. So I actually made inquiries from people. I made inquiries and all that. They told me that, don't you know that having this driving skill, some employers don't actually employ people if you don't have the skill of driving. And I was like, really? It was a big shock to me. Like, I used to hear people talk about knowing how to drive, having this driving skill, driving license, that before they employ you for a job, you must be able to know how to drive and have this driving license. But I never took it serious, not until it became done on me, and the whole scenario happened to me that I lose an opportunity, I lose something that would skyrocket me to a greater height just because of lack of, will I say lack of knowledge, or will I say procrastination, or will I say overthinking, or will I just say not being serious to learn some certain skills? Do you understand? So this is me trying to bring this to your table, and this is me trying to tell you all. I love sharing my experience with people because I believe that life is a learning process and we learn every day. So there are some things you don't need to make the mistake yourself. Like I said earlier on, at times you learn from people's mistake and forge ahead. It's always the wise one that learn from people's mistake. They don't want to make that mistake. They want to learn from people's mistake, and they keep heading forth. After making so much research and asking some questions all around, I discovered that having this driving skill and having this driving license is an appealing skill for employers. Like, before an employer will want to employ his employee, like, they actually want to know. Most, in fact, most jobs, most company, most firm, they now ask you, can you drive? Do you have a driving license? So when I got to know about this, and I was like, really? So I made a lot of research, and most jobs now in the country, aside from this, even outside the country, requires that employees has this driving skills. Imagine you got a perfect job, like you actually got a job that's what is like, whether in a firm, in a company, and when you check the job description, like, one of the requirements is that you should have a driving license and you should have this driving skill, but not really important. Like, it's not really a requirements, but it's also a requirement. Like, I really don't know if you understand. Like, it's optional, but if you have that skill, good and fine. Now, definitely you're not just the only one in search of that job, because there are a lot of people out there who are actually submitting their CV, sending their CV to firms and companies in a quest to have a job. Like, do you understand what I mean? And now, once you don't have a driving skill and you don't have a driving license, and the other person has, definitely you are up against someone who has a driving skill and someone who has a driving license as well. So who is going to stand out? Of course, it's the person who have a driving skill and the person who have a driving license. At times we are the one holding ourselves backward. So there are some certain things we need to know, and certain things we need to be abreast of. It could be a different skill entirely. It could be graphic, it could be, are you good in Excel? It could be Microsoft Word, it could be Excel. Now, I'm not just trying to relate it to driving skill all alone. I'm trying to make you understand the importance of acquiring some skill and being abreast of some certain things, so that you don't fall victim just the way I fell victim of not knowing how to drive, and how not knowing how to drive and the driving license ruined me and made me lose a great offer. So these are certain things we need to actually ask ourselves. And we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared for opportunity, because opportunity can just come at any point in time. So when opportunity come your way, are you ready? Like, are you fully prepared? So these are one question we need to ask ourselves. Okay, guys, so don't miss out from securing your dream job because of ignorance or because of lack of knowledge, because of some certain things that you do not take serious, or you think that they are less important, or known to you that they are very important. Now, when the Bible said that my people perish because of lack of knowledge, this is one thing that we need to be abreast of. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you learned a thing or two in today's video. I really hope you actually learned something from today's video. Now go back to your drawing box, sit down and evaluate, and ask yourself those certain skills that you need to learn in this year 2023, and please stop the procrastination, stop the overthinking, and give it a start and dive into it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. To my returning subscribers, I love you all. Please like our videos, share our videos. I really love you all of this, and trust me, I am rooting for you. So see you in my next video. Bye.